It's the annual census in the Balule Nature Reserve in South Africa's northern Limpopo province. These rangers and researchers are doing a month-long count of all predators, specifically lions, and they use impala and even a loudspeaker to lure the big cats in.
Okay, so the sound is basically like I say, it's a calf in distress, which predators are programmed to respond to, and we do this so that we can call them in and then take ID photos and identify the different individuals across the reserve. And we do this process once a year to get a take on our apex predators in the reserve.
The method is a relatively easy way to track the lion population in a reserve.
We have to do this process to count predators because it's difficult to count them from a helicopter and an aerial census. They hide under trees and it's difficult.
Last year's census identified 156 lions. This goes against the curve. The world's lion population shrank by 43% in the past 2 decades. However, here, they thrived. The secret lies in their habitat. 20 years ago, this was farmland with almost no lions. But over time, Balule and its neighbours transitioned into game reserves and they took their fences down. It brought about an open system joining several private parks, the famous Kruger National Park and other areas into Mozambique, 100 kilometres away. The result is a massive wildlife area, almost the size of Belgium.
Lions do incredibly well in this area, mainly because there's a large enough space for them to operate. In the rest of Africa, habitat loss is the biggest threat to lions all over the continent, and here they're flourishing because there's a large enough area that's well managed, and your apex predators are symptomatic of a well-run system.
But the census is also a stark reminder of a big wildlife threat: poaching. A giraffe needs tranquilizing so the team can remove a snare from its leg.
It goes for all species, that the critical thing is to maintain as much habitat for them as possible, and then secure that habitat. Obviously we're all facing a rhino crisis, and that's where we've spent a lot of money in terms of protection, but by default you're protecting everything that's in the system, and it has to be a priority.
This sleepy lioness and her pride lead a luxurious life compared to the threatened big cats in East and West Africa. And apart from the occasional run-in with a hippo, these ladies can rest a bit more easily.